Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast. Today, we will be talking about drama, anime, anything that has to do with drama. For those who don't know, the participants of this podcast are from My Anime List, a club on My Anime List, of course. We're all pretty close friends. I'll leave more info on the club down below. Feel free to join in and even possibly participate in future podcasts. Um, yes, today we will be talking about drama, anime, and every conversation I was having with Misty. Oh, shit, that was bad. Okay, cut this out. Redo it.
No, we're not cutting it out, Hunter. Leaving it. You are Hunter.
God.
You are Hunter. Who is next?
Okay, fine. Okay,
No.
don't cut it out.
Shut it.
Don't cut it
Shut
out.
up. It's not your turn. Who's next?
Okay,
Okay, I'm sorry. Ah!
okay, so I'm Riri, also known as Sugar Riri. Hello.
I'm Winfred, or WVDK.
I, Mystifier, also known as Misty.
Yes, drama anime. Drama anime.
Let's go.
Yeah, but conversation I was having with Misty earlier is that a lot of anime is focused on drama, and in most anime, even if it's a little pinch, there's a little bit of drama. Just even if it's a small pinch, but most of every anime basically has a little bit of drama in it. And recently, in the past couple seasons, there's been a lot of drama anime that focused on drama. One of them being Kiznaiver, which was, I don't know when that was actually. That was back in 2016, April 2016. But yeah,
Oh, we're starting with a
anime like
great
that.
one then. Holy crap.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm just bringing it up as an example, man. It's an old drama anime that came out in 2016 that was pretty popular. But I guess if you want to talk about drama anime, and,
I want to talk about how you say 2016 anime is old.
okay, it's like
Like
a
you
month.
did.
It's like, come on, April,
Mhm. I mean,
August, September, October.
I think that Kiznaiver was controversial in its opinions that people had for it after it was done, because
It was a little
really
over the
was,
top drama.
Yeah,
It's a little over the top.
I think it's definitely an example of, drama handled a little bit incorrectly. I think that it brought in the heavy drama a little bit too late and kind of all at once. So it was really like overwhelming with this wave of suddenly boom.
Give or take, it was only 12 episodes.
Yeah, but I
It
mean,
was only,
you could still spread that out.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was very exciting. I'm not saying Kiznaiver was amazing, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. That was probably my favorite. That was probably my favorite of that season, which I still don't know what season that was.
What the hell else aired that season?
It was spring
But yeah,
2016 season.
There you go, spring. That's what I thought it was. Thought it was spring, but yeah, it was my favorite of that season for sure.
What did you two think of that one?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I really need to watch that one, since I'm also a fan of drama anime.
I mean, it's a pretty anime. It's pretty colorful, and the soundtrack's pretty dope. Oh, the opening's pretty dope. Too bad the lead singer died or whatever, right? For Kiznaiver.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Like okay,
That is depressing. That's some drama.
so I was kind of critical with this one because I went into it with actually pretty high expectations because it seemed like it had a good start, to be honest, like especially episode 1, and I really liked Miko. I think she was a really cute character and she was different, but the problem that I had with it was that it had a really good start. It had the potential, and then it just like fell off halfway, and then it wasn't the same after that. And like it did have the potential, but it just didn't carry through at the end.
It didn't. The ending was a bit. The ending was a very over the top. Wow. Yeah, that was very over the top. But in terms of drama, we're talking about like drama. I'm assuming we're talking about drama that's like between relationships, not like tragedy. Like.
I mean, there's a lot of forms of drama. Like,
Yeah.
You can have drama in romance. You can have drama in, I guess, a tragedy. You could just have
Personal problems.
like for example, like the one I wanted to talk about the one I wanted to bring up is 91 Days, and that's a revenge story. So the
Yeah.
drama in that more comes from, which I guess you could argue is a bit of a tragedy in a sense, but it comes from, the fact that, something horrible happened to him, and he's devoted his life into seeking revenge on these people that essentially. I mean, have we all seen this one, by the way?
Yeah.
No,
I think most of us.
Not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're gonna figure on the first episode.
Yeah, I mean, the whole premise is the fact that his family is killed.
I think it's actually in the synopsis, so it's not that big of a spoiler.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole premise is, his family gets killed by a family in the mafia, and he devotes his entire life to finding them and seeking revenge on them. Well, actually, no. That's not actually true. I can't remember now if it's that isn't his plan until he gets the letter, or what. Do you remember, Riri? Because I know you saw that.
It wasn't that well explained. It was like up to your own devices to figure out what was actually going on.
I feel like it was actually kind of suggested that he wasn't going to act until he got like a clear sign that he should do it, which is what the letter was. Now the thing with 91 Days is that there were a lot of things that you could interpret it in your own ways, especially the ending. A lot of people have a different view on the ending. Personally, I liked it after I had to think about it like a few minutes.
Yeah,
it was longer than
I
a few
get why
minutes.
people don't. I get why people don't like it, but you have to really I think you have to really have an understanding of the characters, and
you have to have a lot of empathy for him too. Like, you have to be very empathetic and
Did you watch that one?
put yourself in his shoes. I watched a couple episodes. I know what's going to happen. Like, I know what's going to happen. Like, but overall, I was enjoying it. I just wasn't in the taste to watch it at the time when I did start it. I will probably go on and finish it at some point.
I think it also helps if you have watched mafia movies, or you're familiar with like the typical things that happen. Because personally, I've never actually seen one, so I was not aware of the tropes and stuff until after I'd watched it.
I've seen a few.
It feels a lot like that. That you can tell they took inspiration from, movies like The Godfather and Goodfellas and stuff like that, while still adding its own nice spin to it and making it something original.
When I was watching 91 Days, it felt like it was very thick with like drama. Like, I don't know, it just like it gave me this like feeling of just like kind of depressing, kind of like just not like totally that's always serious. Like, it's almost always serious, and it covers a very dark topic, and it's doesn't actually make light of it at all, which I thought was kind of interesting.
The one thing I want to bring up as well is if you look at some of the artwork for 91 Days, that it is very, very similar to Godfather, especially the one that first released with posters. I think it was for the soundtrack. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think it took a lot of inspiration from the Western culture on the mafia.
Yeah, I always find that very interesting.
And it was actually pretty solid from what I hear. Like, first couple episodes were pretty solid.
In my opinion, it gets a lot better as you go on. Even like, especially the last half or so, it's just it just gets so good. It really pulls you in, and
I mean, I was satisfied with it.
Yeah, I quite loved it quite a lot. So very, very big thumbs up, and I think the drama element really is what sold it. Being able to empathize with the character a bit, wanting to, enact his revenge, and then, watching his relationships, like, with his friend and these other people that has to work with, like, had a good grasp on that, and was definitely, like, delivered well there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, other than like a revenge story, drama can be found in a lot of like romance anime. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen a romance anime that doesn't have some form of drama in it, because it's romance, they gotta add drama.
When I think of romance drama, the first thing that comes to mind for me is Nana. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen that, but
no, but I know about it. I've heard a lot about it.
Yes, it's
quite a lot.
Very famous shoujo, and the reason why it's so famous is because it's a lot more serious in the concept and everything, and the characters are older. It's a very, I wouldn't say it's dark, but it's a lot more serious than most shoujo, and towards the middle arc, I would say, is when a lot of drama starts happening. To actually get like the full extent of the story, you kind of have to finish with the manga, because the anime kind of ends at a point where it doesn't really, I guess, answer some questions. But it definitely is a really good romance drama if you're looking for something like that.
There's a lot of people in the club tend to talk about it. Whenever at one point there's a time where like a lot of people talked about it for a couple of days, and I was always hearing conversations about it. And I mean, it's on my list for a reason because of all the hype that surrounds it. And it's kind of interesting because if you look at most shoujo, at least the shoujo that I've seen, it's a lot of dumb melodramatic drama that is just way too much. Like it's, like shoujo is focused towards the
I mean,
more girls, and the shoujo that I have seen is like just, dumb situations, dumb drama, not really anything serious. It's just like usually the guy or the girl and the relationship are looking too deep into a situation and overthinking things.
I mean, I guess with Nana is that it's not. I don't think it's that girly, to be honest. I think because of some of the stuff that happens in it, which I don't want to reveal anything, you almost end up forgetting that it's a shoujo because of how a different path that it goes than most shoujo. In most shoujo, actually, that I've seen, a lot of the times the main character doesn't even end up with the guy.
I think it was that's why I thought Nana is kind of unique on its own. Is just because the thing that I think makes it classified as a shoujo is because of the art style for it.
I mean, the
Art
thing
style.
that makes it classified as a shoujo is the fact that it comes from shoujo manga. Like,
Yeah, but like what stands out in the anime, I mean, is that it's the art is more shoujo than anything else,
Yeah.
rather than the premise of it.
And then I guess the next one that I think of when I think of romance drama, which is Orange, although a lot of people
Hated it.
yeah. I had like mixed views on it because I feel like the main character, which is Mahou, in the beginning I felt like she had potential, but she just got really annoying as the show went on for me.
No, it's weird. It's that the manga is rated considerably higher than the anime. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's read the manga, but I thought Orange was adapted to like pretty accurate to the manga. I don't know though. And Missy, I know you have some opinions on Orange as an anime.
you know, it's very citrusy. It's delicious. No, I haven't read the manga, but I do understand where people are coming from in being annoyed by the main character. What did you say her name was? Mahou? Yeah. Mahou.
Yeah.
She almost falls into what I think the same kind of thing the same reason a lot of people hate male leads in those kind of anime is just being a little too clueless and just frustrating to watch. And I can certainly understand that for the most part. But the thing that bothered me, I guess, was I think this was also a problem people had with it, was how just depressingly over dramatic Kokoro was.
Oh my god.
His story was really just, I don't know what the word I want to use is, but it was the way they delivered it was a bit over the top. I think his character was hard to like because
Edgy.
of how they
Very edgy.
yeah, very edgy and very unlikable.
Yeah, I didn't like him. I like Suwa. He was the best character.
He was great. Thumbs up for him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say for the manga. Manga it's like one of the highest rated, if not the highest rated shoujo on Mal at least. But I know that there's like a movie coming out that maybe will, patch
It's already out,
some problems.
I
Oh,
think.
it's already out? Oh, okay. Maybe that'll patch some things up a little bit, but ultimately I think
There might not
Orange
be
is-
like an official. I don't think there's an official dub for it yet, or sub, or not dub yet. There's no official sub for it yet.
ultimately, I think Orange's problem lied in execution of some of the characters. I think the concept is pretty cool, though, and relatively original to an extent.
What did you think of some of the side characters?
At least in terms of the anime, most of them felt like they were kind of just filling space.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really get their share of the spotlight enough for me to care too much about them. It really was just all about those main three: Suwa, Mahou, and Kokoro.
I would have liked to know more about some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing that came in on top of my head, that was Golden Time, since it has romance drama elements in it, but it has mostly to do with the problems the main character has.
I thought that's where it like truly shined. Honestly, it was probably the drama with the personal, like the main character, the main protagonist. Yeah, Bonry, like he has his fair share of personal problems, and it's kind of like towards the end, a lot of people got irritated with it, and didn't get to see why. I thought the drama between him and Coco was a bit over the top, but like the drama between Bonry and Nana was really pretty well done, in my opinion. And I mean, I know all of us have seen it, and all of our kind of views are all over the place. Like, I know Misty, you for one loved the crap out of it. I don't know about you, Wimper, because I don't.
Yeah,
what did you think?
I really loved it. It was really original in my eyes. Maybe it's because I had seen many romances in that time span, so it was really different from what I had watched so far.
Ryrie, I think you have the lowest rating. Yeah.
Let me tell you why.
Critic.
So at the beginning, I thought it was gonna be a really typical shoujo, I guess, or not shoujo, like a romance, because I mean, I actually didn't like Coco at first, but she ended up surprising me. Like, I actually really liked her towards when it started getting more into it, but I don't know, I just didn't like where it started to transition towards the end. And like a lot of the characters I tried to get myself to like and that I wasn't liking. I think the only one I really liked was Kyoko, but my problem with it was that it didn't feel satisfied at the end for me.
I kind of agree with it. The ending. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off a little bit, Misty, but the ending for me, like, it did leave me a little dissatisfied personally, because I don't think the best girl won.
Yeah.
But we're not, nobody can say.
I was so satisfied with that end. Holy crap! I don't understand you folks.
Coco, I thought Coco was like a flat 2D character, man. Okay.
No,
I
man.
thought she was a flat 2D character.
Coco is the only character I will like defend to the death, because she is such a great example of great character development. She goes from, like, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much of it, and I don't think this is too much of a spoiler, but she goes from being this very, like, needy, selfish, clingy character that is just completely, like, unaware of, like, what she's putting people through and only cares about herself, to a character that has so much more understanding of, like, what it means to truly love someone and to compromise in a relationship and be a little more selfless. And her transition from start to finish with that is so good in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why she's far above and beyond my favorite character in that. As much as I do think there are other good ones, none of them in my eyes compared to her.
I love, I liked Coco, but I still thought she was a little bit flattish more than the other ones, like Nana for sure. I loved Nana to death.
She's like the least flat character. Have you looked at that chest? Come on now.
Okay.
No.
Not that way, Misty. Not that way, you pleb.
I do.
Okay.
I do want to, like. This is. It's not just Coco that made me appreciate it. There's two main things that kind of tie into a little bit into the drama factor, little romance and drama, that make me really appreciate that one. And I think it's that, because of the fact that it isn't an anime that drags you along the entire time
Oh,
to
yes,
them
thank
hooking
God.
up at the end, it allows you to see a drama aspect of romance that is unfortunately a little rare in anime, where you actually see the drama of being in a relationship as opposed to the drama leading up to one.
Oh, well. I'm gonna cut off from Golden Time just really quickly. I'm gonna shout out to Kuzu, that's airing currently.
Oh, Kuzu
Where
no Honkai.
yeah,
Yeah.
the fake relationship anime currently that is probably gonna be pretty drama filled.
I
It
have
is.
heard so much mixed things about it, and after seeing it myself, I don't know what really to expect, since I'm not really a manga reader and I haven't read the manga. From what
Could be
I've
either
heard,
bad or good.
from what I've heard, it's like really tragic, really, really tragic, and not many heartwarming moments to make up for it. Almost, it has to be a cup of tea.
I'm excited to see what happens then after that information. Now, when it comes to romance dramas, I'm gonna pick up my favorite romance ever, and I get a lot of heat for this, but it's the pet girl of Sakurasou, and
Oh,
I love the crap out of this anime. Okay, like I'm gonna buy this on DVD because I bought like a bunch of my other favorites on DVD. And I, for one, this is my favorite romance next to Enodatsu di Madoru, which is like another drama. I don't know if I will bring up, but just a shout out to that really quickly. But yeah, the Pet Girl Sakura So I think has some of the best drama ever
uh,
in terms of romance. The relationship between all the characters and how each individual character grows is phenomenal. And I'm talking about the side characters too,
it it
not
it
just the main character.
It has, but I also had some problems with the love triangle there.
It wasn't that big of a okay. The love triangle again. That's like a common trope. I don't think it was
Yeah,
done that
I know.
bad.
It wasn't badly done. It just
I
annoyed
don't think it was
me.
needed.
It wasn't really needed because we already knew who was going to end up with. Since if you watch, I mean, if you watch like a lot of romance, then
You
you
could already
you
tell what's
can
gonna
already
happen.
guess who's like the likable character who is cast aside later on, and who is going to end up with Wu.
I think even though it wasn't needed, I thought it grew the one character in particular. Though, like it still grew them as characters, and they kind of, they basically grew as characters, even though it was a unneeded drama. But the main drama I'm talking about is the destructive relationship between the main character and the main heroine. Okay,
Yeah.
that I thought was so good. I loved that to death. I could place myself in his shoes as saying like I've seen people who are like considerably better at doing something than I am, and I would have to work a lot harder than someone else who had the raw natural talent. I would have to work towards something that I like. I've had to do it before, you know. Again, people are gifted with different abilities, and sometimes people just don't need to work for what they, what they get, what they earn for. Um, and that's why I could just relate to the characters that the main character had to work really hard to do what he wanted. And watching that play out was very interesting to me. And also, the side characters were pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
I will,
that side character. I really agree that the side characters are the best part in one of the best parts of this anime. Especially
Misaki.
how they're worked out is more than some anime that I can remember.
I agree. Like I think every side character got a spotlight in terms of growth.
Hmm.
Probably Rino Utsuke, the what is it? Is it he called Neat, right? Or the guy who was basically just sitting in his
Oh
computer the
yeah,
entire time. He
yeah,
got a
Serena
little bit of
Stick.
character development. He didn't get like a whole lot of character development, but he did. Like he got some, and everybody got some in this anime.
yeah,
And in
but
terms of side characters, Misaki and Jin got probably the most.
I guess in terms of that one, like when we're talking about drama here, The thing that I believe Sakurasou did good was the fact that it handled its, again, kind of bring up the side characters, because I do think the side characters are a very strong point for that anime. Handling their own personal stories and personal dramas very well. It made you actually care about them instead of just being these meaningless side character stories that, you take or leave it. You actually got attached to what these characters wanted and the hardships they were going through. And that's definitely what I liked the most about that anime for sure.
How about you, Ryrie? What did you have you seen? I'm assuming you had to have seen
I
Sakura
have.
Sakura, so
It was.
yes, of course you have.
It was like a few years ago. That's why I'm trying to like remember. But one thing that I remember about it was that wasn't wait, the main girl Masahiro.
Mashiro?
Yeah, I really liked her.
Or Shiro for
Yeah.
short. She was she was a blank face, but she had some growth. She had some like
I
I
just
think I'm sorry to say this, but I'm really rude about this. Is that she like came off as almost retarded
yeah.
in the beginning, just because she couldn't do anything, but like not a retarded like autistic like any syndrome. No offense to those who have it, but it's more like she just was a help. She was basically the worst blonde you could ever possibly think of, and she was blonde. For
I
FYI.
mean, she was likable for me because she was talented with drawing and she was kind of awkward. I think a lot of the stuff that she didn't know how to do could be just, you know, awkwardness.
Yeah.
But I
The
think
talented people tend to be awkward
I think I
socially.
related to her because, I have some of those same things, and I liked her for that reason. I think even though she kind of was cold at sometimes, if I remember, she was kind of cute and sweet, so that's why I liked her. But I think most of the characters I were kind of like neutral on for that show.
They are. I
See,
agree.
the funny thing, and this is certainly not a slight to you, Riri, since you said she's the most relatable character to you, so I'm not talking about you. Keep that in mind. She was probably my least favorite character because I felt that a lot of what made her relatable is a different story, obviously. That's person to person.
Mm-hmm.
But what made her likable to a general public, I felt was not anything to do with her, but just how people reacted to her.
Yeah, I agree.
The relationships.
No, I mean, maybe, but
Mm.
more just like when she was doing something very, odd because she doesn't understand or she just doesn't have the social skills to react appropriately or comprehend. It was everyone's reactions and what they had to do with her or around her that made her such a likable character. So it was more everyone else that was likable and not her.
Mm-hmm.
And that, so I never really ended up caring for her all that much because she just was sort of, she was almost just filler to make the other characters stronger.
Yeah, that's.
I thought that was
yeah.
alright.
I mean,
I
I
Go ahead,
think
Rory,
what
sorry.
made it different for me was that I didn't like any of the other characters, so that's probably why I filtered the other ones
Ooh.
out.
Ooh.
But and also,
Ooh,
you
I'm
said like
wounded.
a relatable factor certainly makes a difference as well. Like,
Yeah, but that's like a personal thing, so like
mhm.
not everybody's gonna feel the same.
Yeah.
I loved Misaki. I mean, she's one of my favorite characters, and her sound effects are hilarious. And in the sub, she'll be like talking about, she's like anime creator or something like that, animator, and she'll like be talking about a scene, and she'll be like, and they're gonna shoot this, and they're like, and it'll be like back and forth, and it's like so adorable. And her relationship with like the main character and Jin and this other side characters, I think they bounce off of each other so well, and it makes it feel more like they're like it doesn't feel like it's fake. It doesn't feel like it's forced. It feels like it's natural, and that they're actually friends, and that you could see this in real life too. The relationships between all the characters.
It's true.
I was gonna say that I think that the drama within each person has their own problems too. That's how they grow as characters. That each person has their own problem or set of problems, and you watch how how it affects their relationships with others. and each person gets their own screen time, which I love. It's like even the side characters, like Ryunosuke, Nanami, Misaki, Jin, they get their own screen time, their own throughout the episode you'll see just them in the scene, and then there's just them what they're doing. It's over. I love it to death, and I could go on for ages, but I'm not.
Yeah, this isn't a Sakurasou podcast, certainly. We've already done one on Square Central, so.
Yes, we did. We did a review. That was yes.
I still need to watch that.
But anyway, just to get away from very just talking about specific anime, I guess what are some elements of drama that you don't like in anime?
I have kind
Stupidity.
I do have a love-hate relationship for drama that you already see coming from far when you're in the anime or in the middle of the anime, and then it's going to happen. It's like, seriously, are you going to be that predictable and still going
You're
to
on April.
and you're still going to hit by the feels? So that's why it's kinda love-hate relationship, because
Anohana.
Wait, what did Anohana do wrong? Hold the fuck up.
That was so easy to see. Of
Of
it
course,
was obvious.
It was easy to see.
Okay.
I mean, okay. First off, anyone that thinks this is a spoiler, y'all can chill, because it's not. But she's dead from the beginning. Like,
also another that I want to mention here is indeed, I would like to mention Clannad after story with this angel beats, plastic plastic memories, because they all three fall into this category. Still like those anime.
Man.
I still really love this anime, but most of them, they were sitting like, yeah, I know it's going to happen. Are you seriously going to do this? And then still going to be astounded by doing it exactly as I know it would.
see,
It's
Go
ahead.
It's you bring up Angel Beats, which is an example of something I was going to talk about, and I like the anime. I know you love the anime, and I do like the anime, so I want to preface that. But
Same here.
there is an element to the end that, and I realize it's possibly not the anime's fault because of the situations that it was cut and whatnot, but it sort of pulls a certain element of its ending kind of out of nowhere. There's not a lot of hints to it, and yes, it's emotional, and I reacted to it. After I watched it, I sort of was sitting there like, why was that so? Why did I have such a reaction? There was basically no build up to that.
Yeah, that also with that one, I have after seeing it the second time. Not too long ago. I saw hints of another romance brewing up somehow that could have potentially been a romance, and then it was shoved all aside for when the main character and his main interests. It's mostly not their fault. It's just they try to do so much in such a little time span, and I really love this anime.
It is unfortunate that it's the situation with that happened, but it does make it a great example of just one thing I dislike about some drama is lack of build up for certain things. When it just pulls something out of its ass, or throws something at you that is simply there just to be emotional, just to be dramatic, and not give enough meaning to it. That always turns me off of the series pretty quickly.
I think something that what you said I hate is like completely easy to see coming climax that's gonna come on, and I think I'm going back to romance is that the whole childhood friend life love triangle deal here is like, yeah, at some point they're gonna had to tell their friend that they don't like them that way, and there's gonna be a confession scene, there's gonna be a bunch of drama that surrounds it, there's gonna be just a bunch of fluff. And that's what I personally hate, is just a bunch of useless stuff in the
Mhm.
anime
What
that it
I
can easy.
what also sometimes annoy me is when they have drama. Let's say a character dies or has a sickness all of a sudden, and they just say, "Yeah, just kidding. That didn't happen."
Oh, they
Yeah,
go back. You're talking about when they go back on their word, or they go back on what they said? It's like somehow like
Yeah,
a
when they come
character
back.
miraculously survives,
Yeah,
or
yeah, that's exactly
some
that. I'm
Deus
going to,
Machina.
yeah, yeah, going to exclude some of my favorite anime from here because it was a visual novel adaptation. Not going to say any of it in case of spoilers, but you probably know what I'm talking about here.
fair enough. Yeah.
School Live, I hate so much because of it.
The drama. What? Oh,
School
okay.
life.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But
That pissed me off.
But
You
yeah,
cannot deny that.
fair enough. What about you, Riri?
What I
Yeah.
dislike, I would say, I don't like it when they do a lot of like common tropes, where, like you said, you see it coming. I also don't like it when it's over dramatic. Like, if it's not,
Shoujo anime.
if it's not called for, then it takes away the whole experience. Like, a part of the reason why I'm a critic is because, well, for one, I've seen so much over the years, but also because I'm tired of seeing the same kind of, tropes in anime. And so when I can see them coming, then it's kind of like it ruins the whole thing for me, especially if it's way overdone. I just can't enjoy it anymore. So that's kind of what my problem is.
I'm gonna I agree. I like what you said. I completely agree with it. Um, yeah, just a lot. It's just a lot of drama is so over the top, dramatic, and just a bunch of useless stuff. And I've said this a lot so far in the podcast. And I guess that's what annoys me on is when it just drags on,
Yeah,
for endlessly.
that's why I don't like a lot of shonen, where they have like very, very, very long arcs. You know what I'm talking about? Where they just
Yeah.
go on over the same topic when they could have fixed it very easily.
Yes, I agree. I think it makes me mad when you can easily put yourself in a situation and make it 10 times better.
Hmm. Like,
But I love it when an anime makes it where like there's no other possible option that could make this better. It's like, it has to be this way.
and then as like a watcher, you're just like, you know,
You
um,
you literally just sigh, maybe face palm, and just like struggle to continue watching it because it kills the mood.
yeah, and then you can't, like, for example, I would say, because I've seen a lot of shonen, and a lot of the time I can't watch it anymore because it's just, it goes on for so long,
It's
and one of those would be Fairy Tale, and you know probably
Thank
why
you.
I have some problems with it, and
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
can
I
see
hate
why.
Fairy Tail. I
Mhm.
despise Fairy Tail. Thank you
I
for
I
that.
I started watching it a long time ago when I was super young. I started it the first season. I kept up with it for a long time, and they would just have arcs that would go on for like 30 plus episodes, and it's not worth it, you know. It's just, and I have a pretty good idea that One Piece does some similar things. Naruto as well, but not nearly as much as some of the other ones.
yeah, I do like Fairy Tale, but I can see so many problems with it. If I would look at it critically, it wouldn't be fun for me. So when I watched it, it was like watch a couple of episodes, then have stop watching it for 2 or 3 months, and then watching it again.
A lot of the island arcs with Fairy Tale would go on for super long, longer than it should have.
But we are really little bit branching off topic here.
Yeah.
It's a little
That's
bit.
In terms of drama, I wanted to bring this up, and I think my favorite studio that has ever done anything in terms of like drama, I think it has the best drama in terms of movies and stuff is Studio Ghibli. Ghibli does drama
Mm.
Very, very good and artistic.
Yeah,
Because
I
I could just I'm gonna jizz over Ghibli because Ghibli, who doesn't love Ghibli? I've seen a few people who don't love Ghibli. Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, stuff like this. Just delivery service. I can go down the list of all of Ghibli's films, and all of them have some hype around them, but they have hype around them for a certain reason, and a lot of them can be very emotionally moving, and the drama in them are just so so enjoyable, so enjoyable.
to name one specifically, in the drama scene, The Wind Rises or Kazetachi Nu, if I pronounce it right.
It's all good. We're not Japanese. Don't
Yeah,
sweat
I
it.
know I'm not Japanese. I know I'm not.
It's interesting that you mention Ghibli, though, because probably my favorite Ghibli film, yet also the one that, the only one that has actually made me mad was, I can't remember the Japanese name, but Grave of Fireflies.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That one, I think was really good, and I definitely cried at the end of it. Have you guys seen it, by the way?
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm not.
Okay.
I
I'm not going to
know.
spoil anything, but I will just say that well, I still loved it, and this did not make me love it less. This just kind of shows how attached to the story and the characters I was, is that one of the characters sort of neglects something or messes up in the end, and I was furious at this character, genuinely just, oh my god, I hate you after this happened. And I very rarely feel that way. There's maybe one other anime that I've ever felt like that from a character before, and it kind of blew me away after when I was able to look back on it and be like, I can't believe I reacted as dramatically as I did to that.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm gonna watch all of Ghibli's films, and Grave with the Fireflies is definitely one of the most hyped of the movies. Me personally, my favorite, surprisingly, because I love romance. We're not going to talk about this movie for sure. Is about Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, one of my first Ghibli movies. Oh,
if I'm gonna be honest, that was the first anime I have ever watched. My dad showed it to me when I was a little kid, and it's been a special place in my heart ever since. And I can say that it was like the first actual anime that I ever watched. Not the anime that got me into anime, but it was the first one that I watched.
Well, I guess one that I actually really liked in terms of Ghibli that a lot of people haven't heard of is The Secret World of Arrietty, and a lot of people don't like that one because, well, for one, it's not as popular, but also because some people are frustrated with the main character and stuff. But I think I'm a little biased on it because it was my first Ghibli film, and I just felt like the relationship between the main characters was really unique, and I liked how it tied together, even if the ending was a little sad. I just felt like I liked the ending. I think it was good. As for something I didn't like about it, was probably that it doesn't really have a problem that they have to face, aside from the one that's actually in the movie that I'm not gonna bring up with spoilers. But it's a good feel movie, like most Ghibli films are.
I love Ghibli, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, another question I wanted to ask to kind of counterpoint one I asked before, just to get us back in drama, because now I think we're slowly starting to stray off of drama again. But just to counterpoint what I said before, what are elements of drama that you like? What makes you get into drama anime as a whole?
Well, this is kind of a weird way to bring it, but I actually like drama that is when it's kind of unexpected or there's hints of something, and then two characters who might like each other at first just hate each other, flat out hate each other, or there's like a revenge part, like 91 days. And I like stuff like that where it kind of goes off the beaten path a little bit. Maybe it's because I've seen so many of the same stuff, but also because I just like something that's different.
And to counter my own arguments from before, with my love-hate relationship with things I see coming, I hate and love it at the same time. If it's done well, if I know what's going to happen from the beginning on, if the journey through that is not good enough for me, then then I will automatically probably hate the whole anime. If it's done well, I will probably love that anime, just because it's really done well. With proper build up, with proper anime backgrounds or whatever. If the characters are done well,
It has to be for drama to be really good and effective in terms of like whether it wants to be depressing or driving. It has to have a good build up. Honestly, it has to be good premise. It can't be something that you can see coming, or can be, because I mean, don't get me wrong, Your Line April had me in tears, but I could see what was happening from very far away. But yeah, for drama to be effective, it has to have a good. It just has to have a general basis of just. It just has to be good. It has to be decent.
I think when it comes to like a drama being predictable, if for I mean, I am not going to say specifics, but to use Shigatsu as an example, if an anime like that is going to have you know what's going to be coming at the end, it then becomes the anime's job to get you emotionally attached and invested enough to still like react when it does happen. Because the thing is, a lot of drama in life is easy to see, like, for example, if you've got like a family member who's suffering, nearing the end of their life, it's coming, but when it happens, it doesn't make it any less sad, because this person, there's someone you care about. So
I think I remember contradicting myself when I say this, but I think it may even affect you more if someone is sick and they're gonna die. That means you have a little bit of time in that you grow more close to. You will try, if you're I don't want to say if you're normal, but like for the most part, you'll try to get closer to that person before they die, and when they die, it will affect you even more if you weren't close to them.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say that kind of did that actually pretty well, even though it has some flag. It's about Death Parade.
Yeah, I could see that one.
I love Death Parade, not just because of the opening, okay? Not just because of the opening, but overall I love Death Parade because I thought it did it pretty well for the 12 episodes that it had, and that the drama was decently emotional for each story within each episode.
That one's a good example of that one. The anime does a really good job at getting you really like interested and attached to characters who you only get to experience for a very short period of time.
And what I also like is that with those characters you only see one time, help you attach to the main cast, because how they react to the stuff that's happening. Those kind of anime I really like. And also with talking about attached to characters, I'm going to I have to bring up Magical Racing Project here, because they could have had so many likable characters, but in such a time span you can't get attached to so many characters. It's just not possible.
Yeah, with that one, it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath going into it. Once you know what it's about, it's like, okay, not majority of these characters are going to die. That's just the way it has to be. But it definitely, even still, when there was any character... Okay, granted, one of them near the end was actually pretty well done. But there
But
was
you
still
also
there was still a few important ones that I felt should have been so much more meaningful to me as a viewer. I just did not give a shit about when it actually came. I was like, man, I like this character. They're gone, and it don't bother me.
that's just my point. Like some of the last ones they did well, but you had the proper time to get attached to some of those characters, and some die very early, and you don't get attached to them, and then they're gone, and you don't even remember that they were even there.
I have so many problems about Rising Project. I know a lot of people like it, but I just...
That's some things right, but it did so many things wrong.
Exactly.
To finish up with this anime, it's just like I liked that they tried to give a backstory with each character, but again, no attachment whatsoever.
I'm
I
not.
still have yet to see it. It's on my plan to watch, of course, but like everything's on my plan to watch, so I don't think that's saying much considering I have like 190 on my plan to watch. Well, guys, I think that about wraps it up. And if we're talking about drama anime, I recommend a couple in particular. Any of Ghibli films to start off with, just because go watch any Ghibli films, any of the highly rated ones at least. And then the other two, I'm sorry, I'm doing more than one Misty, but the other two I'll be talking about is the Pet Girl of Sakurasou or Death Parade, because Death Parade I believe gives the basis of drama, is solely focused on drama and nothing else. It is solely focused on drama.
You're doing
I
two,
think.
but you fucking recommended every highly rated Ghibli film, which is basically every Ghibli film, and then recommended two more.
Maybe.
But yeah. Anyway.
So,
Check all this out.
for me, I think I would recommend Nana, only because it's, I think really anybody can get into it. Just don't be intimidated by the shoujo tag. It really doesn't go the typical route. So yeah, it's good. Watch it.
Okay, and I'm going to name now an anime now that I haven't mentioned yet in this video. Just
Don't name a franchise. Don't name a franchise.
No.
You'll get mad at me.
It's Kokoro Connect, because
Ooh.
it really has good character development in my opinion. It has good drama, and it's overall awesome. But watch the special, because the ending of the normal series isn't that satisfying. The special is like an extension of the anime.
Yeah, the 4 OVAs are definitely like necessary to get the full experience.
Yeah. And also, Hunter has recommended every Ghibli movie. To name a drama-specific one, I would recommend When Marnie Was There.
Oh yeah.
It was that is one of the few recent ones. It's 2014, I believe. It's awesome.
Yeah.
In every single way.
I'm gonna throw one more thing out there. I really forgot to mention this in the podcast, and I'm a little upset about it. But for a short, very like 48-minute one, go watch the Into the Forest of Fireflies. Everybody in this call has watched it. I think. I don't know if have you seen Wimpred?
Nope.
Okay, everybody but Wimpred has seen that, and I'm pretty sure all of us gave it a pretty solid rating.
Give it a
That
6.
was pretty alright. Okay. Everybody, Misty gave it a solid rating.
All right. So I didn't talk about this one on the podcast either. Although I think I may have mentioned it in a previous one. I can't remember. But I'm repping Full Moon wo Sagashite. The English title is Searching for a Full Moon. I know very few people who have actually seen that anime, but it's still to this date one of my favorites because
is that one anime you're recommending to everyone you see?
Basically, because it's one of the best drama anime I've ever seen, because it's a good mix of like
Shoujo. It's Shoujo.
It is shoujo, but it's got a good mix of like high drama that can be kind of depressing and stuff, but still lots of lighthearted moments. So, and I use this term a lot when I describe it, but it's simultaneously one of the most heartwarming and heartbreaking anime I've ever seen, and I love it so much for that. So, watch it, fuckers.
Okay,
I will.
On that note, Misty,
I will at some point.
that was a bit brutal.
No.
It wasn't brutal enough.
Watch it! Watch it!
Watch it. You gotta.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, that has been another Anime Alliance podcast. We enjoy doing these and we will continue to do so. And we hope you check out our drama recommendations. And we will see you guys